I really couldn't believe I just watched another person hit a jackpot, this time for $104,398. They were watching him very closely, and even though they didn't know exactly how, they thought for sure he was doing something shady, that they just really couldn't believe there was any way for a person to win as often as he won, and as much as he won. He tried to tell them that he wasn't doing anything illegal or cheating or violating any rules, that he just had an easy system he was using, and that it happened to work extraordinarily well. Heck, he even tried offering to share it with them, but none of them would give him the time of day or listen, and he was scared that they were about to throw him out and not pay him. That's when he quickly calmed the security staff down by keeping his composure and explaining to them how he wasn't doing anything dishonest or immoral, that he'd simply created an easy-to-use system that works extraordinarily well at any casino or online casino. Hi, my name is Jason Nash, and I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. This man was one of the many people I've interviewed that are part of an elite insider group. After learning this easy-to-use system that only a select few know, it allowed me to finally clear up all of my debts, some of which had been lingering over me for years. I'd taken my family to the Bahamas for 2 weeks, where we stayed in an exclusive suite, living like royalty as we enjoyed daily activities, including snorkeling, swimming with dolphins, and the water parks. I was able to buy my 2 kids all of the clothes they'd been wanting for years, new running shoes, the latest video games, the latest toys, everything. But watching the insider nearly thrown out of the casino and threatened to not be paid that day sure put me back to reality quickly. I came to the conclusion that if I was going to keep using this same revolutionary system and keep building long-term wealth by putting more and more money in the bank with it, I'd needed to start being a lot more cautious. But here's the reality. Once you know how to beat the casinos, which is what I'm going to share with you in this short presentation, there are going to be tons of people who aren't going to be happy about it. As you possibly win over and over again for months at a time, you'll have to start rotating the casinos where you play, because casinos hate when you win. And even when you win bigger payouts, possibly $5,000, $15,000, maybe even $150,000 or so, these casinos still won't be pleased. They become terrified that you're winning too much and try anything to put a stop to it. Yet here's the thing. Everything you'll be doing is 100% legal and ethical, and there's absolutely nothing they can do about it. And it's the same system these other people have used to win. People like Brenda S. of Chicago, Illinois, who recently wrote me saying, "Jason, I'm just writing you quickly to thank you for completely changing my life. This month I've already won big 4 times, and it's all thanks to your system. I'm still in shock how easy your system is to use. Even a kindergartner could use it. I'm also extremely happy you're limiting the number of people you're going to share this info with, because if you shared it with everyone, I think casinos would go out of business." And Garrett C. of Miami, Florida, who says, "Thanks for the help, Jason. I'm now crushing it on the blackjack tables. I've never won this much in my life. Can't wait to keep on winning. Your friend, Garrett." And Russell B. of Detroit, Michigan, who says, "Executed your system perfectly today and won $13,000 on the Buffalo slot machine. I'm still in complete shock. It's a dream come true, Russell." Now, as a professionally skilled mathematician, if you'd asked me just a few years ago if there was some secret to beating casinos consistently, I would have more than likely laughed in your face and called you an idiot. I mean, I did know that to some extent the games all had to be beatable, because they'd been created by humans, and as a result, it was impossible for them to be perfect. But if consistently winning was so simple, then we'd all be millionaires, correct? There's no way in hell of that, I thought. And until just a few years ago, I'd never even stepped foot in a casino. But all that changed in March of 2003. The Progressive Megabucks jackpot just hit for $38.7 million, and it was all anyone on the news or at work was talking about. Now, I did have job security, but it didn't pay much, and I was also piled high in debt, something that always seemed to be weighing my family down and stopping us from getting ahead in life. And I almost always felt like I was just barely getting by. I definitely was never in a position to purchase or even drive an elaborate sports car, or to live in a wonderful home where I felt my family would be both comfortable and safe. And there were many months I was uncertain about where the money would come from to pay for my kids' school supplies, or to put 3 healthy meals on the table. My wife was working 2 jobs. It was making her tired and, she promises, even triggering her to age faster than the average person. I mean, we weren't extremely broke, but we were struggling. And, of course, like so many other Americans, I was tired of it. So I decided, what the hell? And I went to the casino with a $20 budget in hopes of winning it big. Well, you're going to find this pretty funny, but I lost my money within a matter of minutes. I just flushed $20 down the toilet, I thought to myself, as I turned on the TV to see the news people interviewing the man who'd won, a young 25-year-old software engineer from Los Angeles, screaming with excitement and telling everyone all the wonderful things he intended to do with his newfound wealth. After that, it was back to the old routine, working extremely hard for barely any money, hardly ever seeing my wife because of her busting her butt working 2 jobs, trying to give my children a normal life, even though their parents were always either at work or very tired. But even though I didn't win that day, there was something that kept really bothering me. Why is it that there are a few people who have won a lot of money at the casino numerous times, while the majority of us never seem to ever win? I mean, I don't know about you, but it always seemed like I was hearing stories about these unbelievably lucky people who kept winning at the casino. The headlines were everywhere. Card-counting gig net students millions. Woman wins second big jackpot at same casino in 5 months. Gambling legend Archie Karras won $40 million in 3 years. Don Johnson, a blackjack guru who won $15 million in 6 months from 3 different casinos. Jackpot strikes a second time for man 92. And on and on and on. It seemed very odd to me that this was going on, that there was just this small group of insiders from all around the world who were really, really lucky. I mean, did they have some kind of winning secret? Did they know something that the rest of us didn't? I just needed to know. It was causing me to lose sleep at night, and so, over the next 6 months, I did something pretty crazy. I was able to find and interview these multiple-time winners. At first, many of these individuals were pretty secretive. After all, once you've won hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars in the casino, many people want to be your friend, but they may not all have the best intents. That's actually something very important, and you're going to need to remember, because after I show you how my winning system works, and you possibly start winning a hefty payout pretty much every month, maybe $4,500 or so here, $7,000 there, $14,000 or so there, and on and on and on, you're going to have tons of friends, family, neighbors, and even complete strangers trying to ask you for money, particularly if you aren't watchful and don't stay under the radar. So, please, make sure you're smart about your winnings. Well, anyways, as it turned out, most of these multi-time winners were actually pretty respectable people. And after I gave the details to them about who I was and that I was just curious because I was a mathematician, but that I wasn't after their freshly earned wealth, most of them had no problem at all letting the cat out of the bag and allowing me to write down what their secret was. It was truly fascinating. Of the 35 different multi-winners I spoke to, 32 of them had a personal formula or method that they swore was the key to winning certain games at the casino. What was also really interesting was that while none of these individuals were using the exact same method, the more I looked at my notes and studied each formula or system they'd shared with me, the more I started to realize that they all had some important resemblances in common. Well, being a mathematician and completely obsessed with math, I started crunching numbers like you wouldn't believe. I took their different formulas and strategies and played around with them, combining the vital components of each and adding a couple of extra principles of probability that I knew should increase the odds of winning even more. I became hooked on studying the different winning patterns for all of the different major casino games each night, to see if the formula I was working extremely hard on was showing any potential. For what felt like a long time, about a little over a year I would say, I had nothing to show for all my hard work. And then it suddenly happened. My friend won a jackpot using my formula. You see, I didn't have a lot of money at the time, so I had to find a friend who had plenty of money to experiment and gave this system a try. And it was the best decision he ever made. Because a short while after that, boom, there it was again. He locked in another jackpot. Then another short time after that, he locked in 2 more. And it didn't just stop there. He had some unbelievable wins at the table games also. It was amazing. I couldn't believe what was happening, and it all felt like a dream. Until I watched him walk out of the casino with all this money and put it in the bank. You probably don't need to be told how great that felt. To all of a sudden not have to worry about money anymore, to be able to pay off your debts, to purchase a Range Rover for your wife, or a Cadillac Escalade for yourself, or a BMW for your kid, or really any car you've ever imagined getting. To see the expressions on the guys at the dealership's faces when they ask to run a credit check on you and you say, "No, I'll just go ahead and pay cash." Or to be idolized by your entire family to quickly make more money in a couple of months of playing casino games than you'd earned in the last 5 years of working 40, 50, 60, or even 80 hours per week. Well, over the next couple of months, he kept using my formula, and he kept winning. No, he wasn't making millions and millions of dollars, but he was nailing prize after prize, and that was just fine by him. Casinos started to look at him very strangely as he was cashing out a large sum of money each week. I think half of them were smiling, and the other half worried, but they couldn't do anything about it. They knew he wasn't doing anything dishonest or immoral. He was simply using an easy-to-use system I'd developed, which took the basic components in each of the 32 multi-time winners formulas, along with some additional adjustments using probability theory, and turned it into a plug-and-play casino winning system. I've nicknamed it the Casino Destroyer System. You could finally start winning at the casino and be able to accomplish anything you want in life. It's something that anyone can do because it's so easy. This is exactly what Jennifer Y. of Baltimore, Maryland used. Wow, Jason, this is so incredible. Even though this is my 6th time winning in the last 2 months, I still get surprised by how simple your formula is to use. Really, you're not lying when you say it does all of the work for you. I just use the formulas you provide and I win. I can't thank you enough. And Sam M. of Cleveland, Ohio, who says, "Jason, you really outdid yourself here. Roulette has always been my favorite game, but I could never win. After reading your guide, I'm now consistently winning. You really broke everything down for me in plain English, and I was able to follow your system to a T. I will definitely keep reporting all winnings to you. I appreciate all the help. Now, it's important to understand you're not going to win every time. You may also not win jackpots next week, sorry to say, but that's just being truthful. However, if you're fine with possibly winning $3,800, $14,600, $35,000, etc., and also once in a while possibly hitting a smaller sized jackpot with a chance of hitting a big one, then the Casino Destroyer system I've created will work perfectly for you. This system will work for any game in the casino. It covers every game we believe you can have an edge in, and it can be used in online casinos or live casinos. Okay, so by now you're probably wondering how you can get your hands on the Casino Destroyer system. Well, I've had so many friends and family members ask me that exact same question, and for a while I was pondering over what the best way to share this information would be. Eventually, what I decided to do was to take my formula, along with some other essential tips and pieces of inside info I've collected over the years, and put them into an online guide that anyone could read and download directly from their computers, tablets, or smartphones, or even print out as many copies as they want. I think that by giving you the access to the same formulas many people I know have used to hit several pretty major jackpots and huge table game wins over the past few years, it can be kind of like my version of giving back, which, as I just mentioned, is extremely important to me. Plus, I remember how horrific it is to feel like you're financially struggling, like you're always getting endless bills, like there's always just some unpredicted expense popping up that makes you ask, where are we going to find the money for this? The Casino Destroyer system is only available here on this website, and I can't let too many people know it exists because, while I do want to give back, if everyone had access to this incredibly easy but proven system, well, it could seriously shut down all the casinos in the world, and then no one would win. Remember, the Casino Destroyer system will work at any casino. It doesn't matter if it's in person or online, it works for both. Our strategies cover every game from slot machines, table games, video poker, live poker, and more. Any game we believe you should play to have an edge in and we've developed a formula for, we cover. Up until now, I've had it priced here for $300. That may sound like a lot of money, but if you're winning even just $3,000 in your first month, which is a lot less than almost everyone else who has used this system and won, then you can see why $300 is a pretty small investment. But like I said, I had it priced at $300. That was in the beginning, but today I'm going to do something a little bit crazy. You see, right now, I'm not sure how long the Casino Destroyer system will be available. After that, this website comes down and no one else can get it because, like I talked about before, we can't have too many winners here. And I'm really starting to get worried for sharing this with people, even though it's 100% legal and doesn't do anything wrong. Which is why I've decided to cut the price of the Casino Destroyer system even more, so that you don't have to pay $300 for immediate access to the life-altering information that's inside, and make it available to you today for just $97. You can get it now by clicking that Add to My Order button you see below this screen here. But if you want to beat the casino and start possibly winning on a full-time basis, it's very important that you act right now. Many hard-working and deserving people without much money have been pleading with me for months to give away my system like I'm doing right now. And I can promise you that these final copies are going to go quickly. That's good for me, because the faster we reach our maximum limit, the faster I can take this offer down and protect myself. But it does mean you need to make a decision now. Well, you've just listened to my story and saw with your very own eyes proof that the results of the people I've helped are 100% genuine, and the winnings of the people I've helped so far are 100% genuine. But because I know being trustworthy is huge, I'm also going to take this one step further and offer you a 100% money-back guarantee that's good for a full 60 days. Here's how it works. You simply click the Add to My Order button that you see below this presentation now. Once you do that and enter your information through the secure checkout page I've set up, you'll be taken to a special VIP members-only area where you get immediate access to the Casino Destroyer system. You can view the insider formulas and strategies right from your computer, tablet, or smartphone. You can download it. You can print out as many copies as you want, whatever you choose to do. And then, just follow the exact steps I tell you inside. Try out the system for a full 60 days with absolutely zero risk. So, if for any reason whatsoever you're not completely satisfied with your decision over the next 60 days, simply send an email to the address I'll provide you inside the VIP members-only area, and I'll instantly refund your $97 with absolutely zero questions asked. So, really, what possibly do you have to lose? You're basically just saying maybe to a casino winning system that's already helped many other people just like you. And if you change your mind, that's perfectly okay. I'm not bothered by it, and you get your investment returned immediately. I honestly don't think that's going to happen, though, because the Casino Destroyer system has been proven to work time and time again. It takes the best components of some of the most successful repeat casino winner systems and combines them into a formula that's more potent than any one of their single systems by themselves. So, go ahead and try it out for yourself now by clicking the Add to My Order button right below. But remember, there are just a limited number of copies left of this, and once we hit that maximum number, this website will be taken down for good. Really, the decision is yours, but can you really see for any reason not to change your life today? If not, then go ahead and act now, and you'll have access to the complete system in about 2 minutes from now. It's that simple. To a life full of prosperity and joy, Jason Nash, Las Vegas, Nevada. Are you still here? That's perfectly fine. I understand you might still have some questions, and I'll do my best to answer them right here so that you can feel 100% happy with your small investment today. 1. Isn't winning at the casino completely random? Not at all. This is where many people get confused. Winning isn't completely random. Instead, it's a game created by humans, which means that at the end of the day, it has to be winnable. That's why you sometimes hear about individuals finding flaws at the casino and making a boatload of money as a result. Just a few years ago, a group of MIT students did just that and won millions. They got in trouble, but they weren't even doing anything immoral. They just found a loophole. There are actually many more stories just like this, but it's very important to always remember that what I'm showing you is 100% legal and ethical and not being dishonest at all. It might feel kind of bizarre when you win so often, but you're doing nothing wrong. 2. Which games will this system work on? There are no casinos in my state. Can I use this for online casinos? This system will work for any game in the casino. It covers every game we believe you can have an edge in, and it can be used for online casinos or live casinos. There are certain slot machines as well as certain table games you should play and shouldn't. We cover all of this. 3. Are these formulas complicated to learn or follow? Does it require hard-to-learn math formulas or anything advanced? We make this as easy as possible to follow. Nothing we teach requires hard-to-learn math formulas. We try to make everything as simple as possible. 4. How did you create the Casino Destroyer system again? What I did was analyze 32 of the secret formulas from repeat casino winners. I studied each of those formulas and realized they all shared some pretty close similarities. So then, I took the basic components of each of these 32 systems, joined them with some advanced mathematical probability theory, and designed my own formula. It took me over an entire year to perfect this, and I actually tried many variations before I finally found the one that worked. 5. How much money can I expect to win using the Casino Destroyer system? It's hard to give exact amounts because it depends on the stakes you're playing and the games you're playing. I like to tell people you could possibly average about $15,000 to $20,000 monthly. There are some months where you won't win that much and other months where you can win much more. Mostly, you'll be focusing on 2 pretty good-sized wins per month. 6. What are the terms of the guarantee again? This one's really easy. You get the Casino Destroyer system for yourself right now by clicking the Add to My Order button that you see at the bottom of the screen. Then, use the system for a full 60 days and see just how much money it will make you. If for any reason whatsoever you change your mind about it, just send me an email and I'll immediately refund your investment with no questions asked. You have a full 60 days. 7. How much time do I have to purchase your system? Not long at all. Like I said earlier, I've limited the number of people who can access this. At the time of recording this, a few hundred people have already benefited from the system and got the Casino Destroyer system for themselves, and usually 5 to 10 more people get it each day, now that it's at such a crazy, unbelievable discounted price. 8. How do I get the Casino Destroyer system? Easy. Click the Add to My Order button that you see below. You'll then receive instant access to my guide, my formula, my winning tips, everything you need to crush the casino immediately. It's that easy. See you on the inside.